Wesley Patner was one of the most powerful women in US finance. She was the senior managing director of Blackstone and the global head of Core Plus Real Estate. She was also the CEO of BREIT, which is a real estate fund valued at $53 billion US. They invest in housing, industrial properties, and data centers. Wesley was a Yale graduate, summa cum laude. Her career started in Goldman Sachs. She joined Blackstone in 2014. Wesley Patner controlled unprecedented financial resources. BREIT, the net asset value is $53 billion. But the market cap is $275 billion. And then there's Global Core Plus Real Estate as well, which is another $330 billion. The property portfolio is 4,834 properties across just BREIT alone. The geographic concentration is that 70% of these properties are in the Sun Belt. So Nevada, Texas, Georgia, Florida. I feel sick. Do you know that? She was an elective trustee at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, an investment committee member at the Met, a member of the Visiting Committee for European Paintings, and there was plans to expand that remit into European sculpture and decorative arts from the fall. She is a member of the Yale University Library Council. She was involved in fundraising and strategic governance at Yale. She had a Sterling Fellows designation. That's a minimum commitment of donating $1 million a year to Yale. She has a plaque at Yale in the Sterling Memorial Library. She's Jewish, and she was on the board of directors for the UJA Federation in New York. She'd only joined that role this month. In 2023, she received the Alan C. Greenberg Young Leadership Award. She led solidarity missions with Israel after October 7th. She was a Wall Street dinner honoree. She also sat on the Abraham Joshua Heschel School Board of Trustees. She was an advisory board of governors member on the National Association of Real Estate Investment Trusts, where she influenced key policy and lobbying. She was influencing US regulations and standards around housing. Blackstone's concentration in the American real estate market has been rising quickly. They are the fastest growing pricing power. They set rents across the nation. And BREIT under Patner specifically implemented a 40% average increase in rent. Their strategy is the targeting and acquisition of unsubsidized affordable units for conversion to high rent property. Her influence ended the voluntary eviction freeze after COVID. And there are 33 documented cases of eviction filings in Florida alone in the last year alone, as well as evidence of tenant harassment to circumvent California's 10% annual rent increase cap. California public employees, their pension funds get invested into her company, and she used that as leverage to fight rent control. This is a 2024 August 1st report on pestakeholder.org. New report finds that corporate landlord Blackstone has raised rents in San Diego to nearly double the market average. Under her leadership, they've gone on an acquisition spree, buying up at least 200,000 more properties since COVID. They are now the biggest landlord in San Diego, and they use RealPage software to set algorithmic rent. The UN Special Rapporteur has directly condemned this individual in the past. In an open letter to Blackstone, they warned of devastating consequences. Leilani Farah, in 2019, called this woman out directly. She lived in a $7 million Upper East Side Manhattan apartment, and her husband is the managing director of Corazon, who are private equity. Yeah. She is the architect of a consolidated housing empire that is pushing Americans onto the street. But sure, the shooting was over a head injury.